Hello class, in this video I will show you how to get to mastering A&P and how to navigate through mastering A&P to do your homework. To register for mastering A&P, make sure you read directions here on how to register, but basically what you do is click on mastering A&P here. If you don't have access to mastering A&P yet, it would ask you to register and then input your access code. If you already register and input your access code and everything is good to go, when you click on mastering A&P here, it would take you to this page. What you want to go to is this place called Mastering Assignments. There's multiple ways of getting through, but that's the most direct place. So it would take you to your mastering homework. It looks scary because all of these are your homework for the rest of this class. I put them all up at once so that you can work ahead if you have time. But you know, you don't have to complete them at the same time. That would be ridiculous, but it's for the whole class. Pace yourself. With this class, it's really easy to be behind when you have Canvas assignments to worry about and you have mastering assignments as well. So here it tells you all the due date and the assignment. So these read assignment, the one with the pink book, these ones are not due, but if you click on it, it would take you to the e-text where you get to read the textbook. Okay, and the blue ones with the blue dot here with the circle blue dot, these are your homework assignments. Okay, so for example, if you click on the homework assignments here, I'm going to send it to student view so you can see it. Okay, so it would show you all of the questions that you have to do, and then you just click on the question, and basically you just answer questions. So it's kind of like a practice exam kind of thing. And then you just go next until you finish the all the questions. For each one of these questions, you have 3 tries to get the correct answer. And once again, I don't accept late assignment for these ones, so you must complete it on time. When you complete the assignment, the grade on mastering will not immediately sync to Canvas. I have to sync it manually. So you have to wait maybe like a few days when I have the chance to get to it and actually sync the assignment, then your grade would pop up in Canvas. Okay, so that's mastering homework. Now let me show you another thing called mastering dynamics, which are the orange thing here with the squiggly line. With these mastering dynamics, I recommend doing this before you listen to my lecture, or pretty much do the first thing that you do so that it can give you a sense of what's going on. Okay, with these mastering assignments, basically also kind of like questions kind of thing, but if you complete the assignment the whole way, you are going to get 100% for the assignment because it's graded based on participation. So if you select the assignment, for example, let's say just, click whatever, answer, and then it will ask you how comfortable are you with these answers. Okay, and you get to select, you're not too comfortable, you're really comfortable, or you don't know at all, or whatever reason, right? And then you just like click next, and then it says that you are incorrect. Okay, and then you just go through all the questions. These are basically the pre-diagnostic test for the thing, right? So you just, I'm just gonna go through it for you to see what's going on. Okay, so you have to go through all the questions first. Okay, it doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong, but you have to go through all the questions. Yeah. Okay, and then you click on learn, right? So with learn here, for the questions that you got incorrect, it take you to a specific part of the textbook, and it will tell you, okay, you got this wrong, read this up, and then here's the correct answer. And then you get to do it again, right? So for all of these, you get to do it again. And you keep doing that until you get the correct answer twice in a row. And you have to complete that for all of the questions. Then you will complete the assignment and get 100%. If you complete half of that, say you only get the correct answer twice in a row correct for only half of the questions, then you would be getting 50% instead of 100%. So with these assignments, it's supposed to help you learn because it tells you exactly where the answer is. And it gives you the correct answer as well. So it's kind of like a learning experience kind of thing. And I mean, you should get 100% on these. These are dynamic assignments, totally different from your homework questions. Okay. And once again, I don't accept late work, so please complete it on time. So with these here, it tells you that you were supposed to read this chapter by this day. You were supposed to complete these 2 assignments on these days, and you were supposed to complete these 2 assignments on these days, kind of thing. So the way that these work is that normally I set the homework to be due the day before my lecture. So for example, on Tuesday, I give a lecture on introduction to the human body, and so the day after that homework is due, okay, kind of thing. And then this introduction to mastering and physiology assignment, it doesn't worth any point. It's just there for you to get to know the program. Okay, so that's homework. That's how you do homework on mastering anatomy. Okay, now I'm going to show you some other cool things about mastering anatomy. So if you go back here to your mastering page, right, and you click on, let's say, open my lab and mastering, and you go to study area here. Okay. Oh, forgot to point out that's where you get to the e-text too, if you purchase the e-text. Okay, with study area, launch the study area. And with this study area, it's pretty much a place for you to study. It gives you the e-text, it gives you practice tests and quizzes, it gives you some animation and videos on certain topics so that you get to learn the subject better. This iterative physiology, this is where you will do some of your labs. Okay? When you click on iterative physiology, we have a few labs that we will do. We won't do all of it, but there are a few labs that I will ask you to go back here and do the labs here. Basically, it's very interactive where, you know, so one of them you get to poke neurons in a dish, and then you get to like add different things to a dish, and then the neuron do certain thing. It's kind of like a chemistry lab on a computer kind of thing. Okay, so now let's go back to study area. Sorry, over here. Go back. There's also there's also practice anatomy lab. PAL 3.1. This is where you actually get to see real cadaver. Okay, so you just go to practice anatomy here, or models as well, depends on whichever one you want to use to study. So here, if you want to use human cadaver, you get to click on whatever system that you want here, and they actually show you a real cadaver. I highly recommend you don't go to the face first, because if you're not, you know, too comfortable with seeing cadaver, it would really scare you. But you have that option for you to check it out. You have cat and pig cadavers as well. There's anatomical models. With these ones, you will see some of these in our labs as well. Basically, different models. So for example, if I want to do like skeleton, right? So I just click on whatever skeleton parts that I want, and then you click on different things, and then they tell you what it is. Okay, and then
clavicle.
I'm not sure if you heard it, but it pronounced it for you as well. And then you get to quiz yourself with these pictures, and you also get to do a lab practicals where they point to certain thing and then you name it, which is very similar to our lab exams. Okay, let's go back here. All right, this is one of the cool resources for you to check it out. I mean, you already paid for all of this, might as well take advantage of it. All right, now let's go back here. Go back home. PhysioX. Actually, I kind of messed it up earlier. PhysioX is where we do all of our lab experiments. So you have these PhysioX stimulations here that I will give you directions later, but you will end up at this page again to do some of the activities. Okay, so and then you have flashcards. You know, if you don't want to make your own flashcards, because I mean, anatomy flashcards is very time consuming, you can use these. It's a pre-made flashcard sets for you, and you can use it on models or human cadaver, whatever you want. And then you get to select whatever system you want. You get to select whatever terms you want to be quizzed on, and then they will quiz you on those terms. Very useful, right? So a lot of learning tools and studying tools for you to use. Really, you just have to put in the time and effort for the class and to use these tools. But that's pretty much it for mastering anatomy and physiology. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know.